All right, here we go, everybody. So the problem reads, how much coffee does one customer receive? That's really all we want. We want to know how much coffee, again, just one customer receives. There's more information, obviously, that we'll definitely take care of, we'll pay attention to, but we want to go ahead and just start right there. How much coffee does one customer receive? So here we go. Let's read the information now, and it says a shipment contains 156 ounces of coffee beans that need to be divided equally into 12 bags. Everybody, let's go ahead and just ponder this. If we are at 156 ounces and we want to divide it equally into 12 bags, what operation is that? That's division all the way, right? If we're dividing equally into 12 bags, that's division all the way. So I would be dividing here by 12 because we're dividing into 12 bags. However, though, everybody, help me out. Help me out here. Because in the next sentence, it says, if each customer orders 3 bags. So everyone, how many bags does this give me here? Before I even do the math, I don't care about how many ounces this gives me. I want you to tell me how many bags that would represent. Let's see who knows. How many bags does this represent when I divide by 12? It just represents 1 bag. It represents just 1 bag. You could have gotten 13 as the answer when you divided, sure, because 156 divided by 12 is absolutely going to be 13, but that is only going to mean 13 ounces per bag. So only 13 ounces in 1 bag. Everyone, how many bags does each customer get? Each customer ends up getting 3. So what we would have to do is, since this is just 1 bag and we need 3 bags, we'll go ahead and multiply by 3, and that's going to end up giving us 39. So we now have 39 total ounces. And again, this is 3 bags, which is 1 customer. Again, right over here, this is the important part. Each customer receives 3 bags. 3 bags is accounted for. So this is the answer. And we see that A is 39 ounces. And if we're writing this in the proper way, I won't ding you for this one here, everybody. But if you write this in the proper way and divide by 16 ounces, because again, 1 pound equals 16 ounces. If we go ahead and divide by the 16, we end up getting the following. We end up getting 2 pounds because 16 goes into 39 twice. And once we subtract the 32 ounces, we end up getting 7 left over, which would be the 7 remaining ounces. So again, the correct answers here are answer choices A, and at the same time, answer choice D is satisfactory because once you convert your 39 ounces into pounds and ounces, we'll end up getting 2 pounds and 7 ounces. And there we are, everybody. So for the sake of taking this to a standardized test, I guarantee you that only one of these answers will be available. And the question sentence, if there are 2 of these like this available, the answer will say, or the question should read, what is the answer in pounds and ounces, or just ounces? They will be specific. But nonetheless, answers A and D represent the same exact answer. And the way that we get there, in the first way, I can show you a very quick way to do it from here, but it would have been dividing it into 12 equal bags, like we did right there, and then ordering 3 bags for each customer, so multiplying by 3 from here. Again, that's one way to do it, but let me show you another way, nice and easy, right over here. Let me move this out of the way. And here's the second way. Here's how fast this could have been. We have the 156 that we started off with. We saw that we were dividing equally into 12 bags. And then we saw that we were ordering 3 bags for each customer, times 3. Help me out, everybody. 3 and 12, if you were to simplify this, guess what you end up getting? You end up getting 1/4. which is the same thing as saying 156 over 4. And once you do the division, that ends up turning into 39 ounces, which would then turn into 2 pounds and 7 ounces. So this was another way that you could have done it. It would have come with simplification before you got started, but either way, still would have led to the same correct answer. So everybody, there we are, and I hope you're ready for another one coming right up. All right, in this next practice problem, what I see over here is the question sentence reading, what is the volume of the barrel? And then right here underneath, it might be easy to skip over, but it says, leave your answer in terms of pi. All right, everyone. So a quick question on that right there. Yes or no? Do we leave pi, or excuse me, do we turn pi into 3.14 in this problem? Do we turn pi into 3.14? Correct. The answer is no, we do not. We leave it as is. So if we're supposed to multiply by pi, just leave it as the symbol. That's all that means. So with that, the primary objective, we're going to find the volume, and specifically of this barrel. We need to know what shape first, because that's going to tell us what formula to use. Is it side cubed? Is it length times width times height? Is it something else? And it's going to be that something else, because we see right here it says cylindrical water barrel. So we're dealing with a cylinder. And so when we're dealing with a cylinder here, we're going to write out that volume formula, which we should know, as volume equals pi multiplied by our radius squared multiplied by the height. I know that's a lot of detail there, but again, we just want to say pi r squared times height. Now, let's go ahead and plug in our values, and we're done. We just have to make sure we pay attention to the order of operations, and we should be relatively unscathed when we finish. Our radius is 3 feet, and the height is 7. When we plug things in correctly, we have pi multiplied by that radius, which is 3. Don't forget about that exponent right there, squared. And then we have the height, which is 7. So, carefully here, we do not want to jump the gun and do 3 times 7, because first we have to perform the exponent. 3 squared, that's going to give us 9. So we have pi times 9 multiplied by 7, 9 times 7 giving us 63. And so our final answer can safely be written as 63 pi cubic feet. And there we go. There's our correct final answer, 63 pi cubic feet. And that is answer choice A. Boom, right there. We just have to make sure we follow the order of operations properly after we plug the values into the right formula. And then it's all easy. And that's the problem. We have to remember those good, finer details. So in the next problem, keep your best up, and let's see if we can keep paying attention to those details.